What's up, fuckers? Little highlight thing, guy. Fucking highlight, bro. Ah, thank you, Christy. That's very funny. Bunch of people ended up saying happy birthday to me yesterday because of that, and it's not my birthday, but it was pretty funny. Matthew got me pretty good. So tonight, ladies and gents, we're gonna talk about the lunatic log. Then we're gonna talk about the valley, where I happen to grow up, and how some of us wear it as a badge of courage, and some of us are embarrassed of it. And then tonight, at about the 50-minute mark, 50, the 50-minute mark, we will have a toast, and I'm going to say a few kind words about a Valley legend, Bobby Kello, who passed away 1 week ago tomorrow. We'll get to the sad stuff later. Just some clerical stuff. Hi, Denise. Just a reminder, because I don't want to do it tonight at the end. We'll end it with a toast for Coach Kello. Don't forget about my YouTube page. Don't forget about sharing and liking my Facebook stuff. Please spread the word. Yada, yada, yada. Give me all the help you can give me. Yada, yada, yada. And don't forget about our donations. I will be taking donations for the food bank, for families in need. Or I can get you guys the places to send them, blah, blah, blah. But let's not forget there's still people out there struggling. There's still people who need our help. Next Saturday at Peter J. Foley Little League, it is our canned food drive for the non-perishables. So we have 4 games that day. We'll be there all day playing baseball. And I'm going to up the ante. Anybody who drops by with canned foods or non-perishable items, I will be handing out free hugs. So anybody who's looking for a free hug, come drop off some canned goods, and I'll be doling out the free hugs. But you have to ask for it. We're not just going to give them away. That's not something you just give away. That's something that's got to be asked for. All right. So, all right, David. David's here. Bob, I don't want to talk about today's Mets game. I really, really don't. I know YouTube channel. What did I say? YouTube page. I know. YouTube channel. I'm going to get yelled at again. So there's been a great response to the lunatic log. Lunatic log being we are going to start a database for daters. So if you're out on the dating market and you're out there putting yourself out there, people who have dated the person before you can go in there, and it's like a Yelp review for dating. So you can find out if the man or woman's a lunatic, or you can find out if the man or woman's a good person, or if they got like a weird hang up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, good guy, got along good with the kids, he's good with the animals, works really hard, but really likes to suck toes. Some people don't like that, so maybe that's something we put in there. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody goes in there and they say, uh, nice girl, very pretty, very clean, takes care of herself. But when she drinks alcohol, she tried to give my uncle a hand job at Thanksgiving. These are things we need to know about people that are prospective boyfriends and girlfriends. Everybody. So we're gonna log that stuff for people, and it's gonna be we're gonna put all the information in there, right? Good, bad, fucking. What do they call those things? The old 500 feet away things, the orders, all that stuff. We're gonna the reception was so good that I've been hearing horror stories about dating, and I thought I had some horror stories, but man, it's a shit show out there. So for those of you happily married, good for you. Stay there, even if you're only like half happily married, because it sounds like it's more of a shit show out of a marriage than it is in one. Um, that's in the eye of the beholder. Um, so So that's a super good idea. But as I said before, I need somebody who is computer savvy and all up on that shit because I'm never gonna figure it out. I barely got the YouTube channel thing figured out, and I still don't have it figured out. I got my buddy Bushy who's helping me, but I haven't talked to him in a couple weeks because we've both been busy. But I've got so much going on with trying to be a funny guy and trying to get these pages launched and trying to get the other thing launched and still working my full-time job that I'm in love with. So I got a lot going on. But my son's old enough now that I don't got to be home every night, and I don't got to play mommy and daddy anymore. I have some free time for myself, and I'm going to go with the comedy thing, and that's what I'm going to go for. My son's doing well. He's a photographer. Anybody needs photos done, let me know. The kid's a fucking ace. He's doing really good, and he's very well priced. But anywho, the lunatic log, right? A Yelp review. We came up with the 5 stars. It's going to be a 5-star Yelp review on people you've dated. What I thought about on this is somebody brought up to me. They said, "What about the revenge factor? What about if a chick is mad at a dude or vice versa?" We are not. Here's the caveat, chicken fuckers. Here's the caveat. You are not allowed to put somebody on the lunatic log unless you are also on there. Which means if you are not on the lunatic log, but you need to put someone on the lunatic log, you had better find your current girlfriend or boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or girlfriend you still talk to, and they've got to put you on there. You are not allowed to enter anything into the lunatic log unless you are on the lunatic log. What's fair is fair, chicken fuckers. Am I understood? So I'm going to talk to Bushy about that. Or if there's anybody else out there that's super into computers and websites and stuff, and you're willing to help me out, to help me, hit me up. Private message me if you have me. Hit my number. All right. Let's get to a good topic, which I don't know if any of my Valley peeps are watching right now. If any of the Valley peeps are watching right now, give me a thumbs up. We're going to talk about the fucking Valley. Here's what I'm going to say about the Valley. And not everybody grew up in the Valley, but trust me, I'm going to assume this. I'm going to assume every place is just like the Valley, but in typical fashion, where people grow up, they think where they grew up was the greatest, or they think where they grew up was the nutty place, and everybody thinks the same thing. Bibbity boppity boop. Florida's checking in. Hi, Rich. Hi, Penny. Getting a. So anywho, I got Susan Shirley's from the Valley. Here's what I'm going to say about the Valley. Okay, and it drives. I am simultaneously in love with and absolutely despise the Valley, and I'm going to explain myself. So settle down. The Valley is something that those of us who grew up in it since day one and are still here, excuse me, or even though some of us who may have left but were here a long time, we wear it as a badge of courage, right? But we also don't talk about it if we don't have to. Like, we don't go out of our way to be like, I grew up in the Valley. The people who come right out and tell you I grew up in the Valley, watch out for those fucking people. Watch out for those people. They're the ones we can't contain. Those are the ones we can't. There's nothing we can do about them. It's like as if you have a brother or a sister, and let's say, you're talking to somebody, and somebody's like, yo, your sister's a fucking asshole. You're going to punch that person in the face. Yo, you don't talk about my sister like that. You punch her. I can call my sister an asshole, right? You can call your sister an asshole, but that guy or girl can't call your sister an asshole. It's like we know the Valley's an asshole, but that's our Valley. It's our Valley. You know what I mean? But the thing about the Valley is we have so many misunderstood yo-yos. And what I mean by that is, first of all, does the fucking Valley need one more bar or a pizza place? No, it doesn't. Or a package store? No, it doesn't. I'd like to see the. Listen, it doesn't bode well for home cooking and alcoholism in the valley when there is a package store, a bar, and a pizza place every 10 feet. I feel like we're losing the home life with all of this. Grinders and pizzas are way too fucking close and way too easy. There's literally drive Route 67 in Seymour and Oxford, and it's nothing but bars and pizza places. So I feel like maybe we're cutting into the family dynamic by having all this nonsense. But it is what it is. The people of the valley, on the other hand, are my favorite. They're my favorite. We got dudes in the valley. We got dudes in the valley who wear cut off flannel tees, big old jacked up truck, and they country boys, man. They country boys, right, man? They be playing their fucking. They be playing their. What's that boy's name? That all of a sudden I can't remember his name. The oh, it's gonna drive me nuts, man. But I'll think of it. They're country boys, man. Yo, these dudes ain't worked a day in their life on a farm. These dudes probably the closest some of these dudes ever came to a fucking barn or a farm was the fucking toy they had when they were a kid, and they pulled out the string and it goes, the cow says moo, the chicken says bok bok bok. That's the closest these dudes have ever come to fucking a farm. But they country boys, man. They country boys. But what was better than that is before they were country boys, when they was in high school, they were Eminem. They were from the streets of Seymour and Oxford and Ansonia. And they were Eminem, dude, and they're going to bust a rap, right? I got to figure out this dude's name. This country singer is driving me nuts. Oh, I still got, the fucking valley. Country boys who ain't never even been to a fucking, uh, oh my god. Well, I got to find out this dude's name because I can't believe I can't remember it. But he's got 3 names. He's a country singer. Come on, man. Oh, that's his name, right? So these kids were Eminem in high school. They were Eminem. They were ready to go, and then now they country boys, and they out at the pub on a Saturday night with their flannels and their belt buckles now, and their cowboy boots and their John Deere hat, and they out there and they got their Jason Aldean playing, man, and they think that Jason Aldean is like invented country. Jason Aldean is a fucking douche canoe who couldn't fucking hit country music if he had a baseball bat and he fucking was standing next to it. He couldn't do it. These dudes drive me crazy. Look at their hands. You know what gives it away? When they're out there, they're wearing their John Deere hats or their Caterpillar hats, and they got their flannels on, and they're walking around. They got their dip in their mouth because they synced it on the TV, and they got them big trucks. They went and got the big truck that mommy and daddy bought them, and it's up there. Now, and this isn't me being jealous or nothing. My mom and dad bought me a car when I was young too. It has nothing to do with that. I'm not. But I've been an asshole since day one, and I portrayed one every day since then. So I've stayed pretty even. So I don't think any of this has anything to do with it. I stayed true to my assholism. We did play in their fucking. Look at their hands. They got the softest, cleanest hands, right? They're not country boys. Then my other favorite Valley people. We're not gonna get to the women yet because the women are my favorite. But what about then? We got the guys in the Valley who still haven't grown up, and they still think they're gonna be like the Triangle Player and the Insane Clown Posse, and they still wear them stupid ass pants with the square pants with the zippers and shit, and the motherfucking and a chain fucking wallet, and they're still walking around fucking with their hat on backwards, and they fucking, they're still gonna fucking, somehow their fucking Limp Bizkit band, cover band is gonna take off. They're gonna be famous. They're the guys who you're in the bar and it's pretty quiet and everybody's chilling. But they gotta go over to the jukebox and play the fucking Limp Bizkit, make sure everybody knows that they're the hard guys in the house, And then they're hanging out. And then right across the bar, you got the fucking 40 and 50 something guys who still don't realize they're not on the football team at their high school anymore. They still think they're fucking playing. They still think like fucking any day now somebody's gonna call them up and say, "Yo, we gotta play Ansonia again. Yo, we're gonna rematch Derby." It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, gentlemen. It's not. No one's just gonna fucking start playing Dr. Feelgood and you're in the locker room and you're banging heads again and we're gonna fucking run some options out there against Derby. Not gonna happen. Oh, it's always good to remember. I always say those of us who don't respect the past are bound to repeat it. And that's probably good advice coming from a fucking yo-yo like me. The Valley is a strange, incestuous place. You don't believe me? Do yourselves a favor. If you're a Valley guy, text your mom or dad right now and go, "Mom, do I have any cousins in the Valley?" Right? Well, I'm sure you have cousins, but like find out if you have like that distant cousin, like that third or fourth, and then text one of your friends and ask them if they're related to that person. $20 says you are. Everybody in the Valley is fucking related. Everybody. We're all cousins. Every last one of us are fucking cousins. That's a fact. That's a fact, Jack. Think I'm kidding? My Valley peeps are in here. They'd be telling you, y'all. They'd be telling you. And the women of the Valley, I might hurt some feelings here, but I'm gonna give it to you straight. About my nose itches so bad. I have scratches. The women of the Valley. Well, let me give my update. It's 19 minutes in. For those of you who are going to be watching this, we are 19 minutes into my live video. If you're just joining in now, we're talking about the Valley, and at about the 50-minute mark, 50, we're going to do a shot, and we're going to have a toast for Bob Kello, and I'm going to say a couple of words. So that's what we got coming up. Okay, ladies of the Valley. The women of the Valley they are in equal parts of the craziest fuckers, the funnest fuckers, and the sexiest fuckers of any group of women around. I'm telling you right now, the women of the Valley, listen to me, they're crazy, they're sexy, and they're fun. But their level of crazy is crazy. Right. Jen Samperi says it's best, that old saying. You can take the girl out of the Valley, but you can't take the Valley out of the girl. I know girls from the Valley who got more balls than some of the dudes, and they're ready to throw down at a moment's notice. At a fucking moment's notice. But like I said, our women of the listen, I've been around the state of Connecticut. I never really left Connecticut. How sad is that? Never really left. Right? I went to Florida once. I went to Tennessee once. And by accident, I went to Kentucky this one time. And I've been to obviously New York and, Massachusetts or whatever. I think I went to Jersey one time. I think a buddy of mine had a booty call in Jersey and I went with him. Pretty sure I'm the only one who got laid, but we can talk about that some other time. The women of the Valley are the hottest. They're the hottest and the sexiest ever. Take it right out. Go all around Connecticut. I don't care if you go down to Stanford, Westport, wherever. I'm not talking just about looks. I'm talking about the whole package, right? Any woman could be beautiful. Any woman could be hot. But can she be fun, crazy, and sexy? Not all of them. Valley girls can. Valley girls can fucking pull that shit off. The Valley girls are fucking cuckoo. I'm telling you right now. You don't believe me? Check the lunatic log once it goes up. Once the lunatic log goes up, you'll fucking know. Tell you that right now. I'm getting a text message. Um, sorry, I got the sniffly noses. The women of the valley are they're my favorite. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's probably I think I've never left Connecticut for maybe 4 or 5 reasons. That's one of them. I love the women of the valley. I love the women who grew up here. I love the women who stayed here, and then I love the women who came here and adopted it as their own. Like I tell you guys all the time, I spend all my time with women. I'm always hanging out with women. They're my favorite species. They're my favorite species, and it's not sexual. So everybody, I don't want to hear, oh, John thinks he's a playboy. John thinks he's getting tail. It's not all about that. I love spending time with women. Women make me better. Ask anybody. Women make me better. Everything when I'm doing, especially when I'm trying to be funny, if there's women in the room, I'm 10 times better. Um, if I'm having sex and there's a woman in the room, it's 10 times better than if I'm alone. You understand? You see where I'm going with this? Adam Rivers. Adam Rivers with the perfect statement. Adam Rivers with the statement of the night. He says, "A valley girl I had dated hit me with a car. I'm willing to bet 3 things. She was hot, she was crazy, and she was fun." If I'm right, Adam Rivers, you give me the thumbs up on the comments there. But dude, the guy fell in love. He got hit with a car. If that's not love, I don't know what is. She took the time out to almost perform vehicular manslaughter just to let you know how much she cares. That's love, brothers and sisters. That's love. Me, myself, myself, I am completely turned on by the cuckoo. I love the cuckoo. There's something very enticing and erotic about knowing you may have to have a fucking protective order against a woman in like 3 to 6 months. I don't know what it is. I find it absolutely exhilarating. But see, he says, "Yep, I'm telling you, man, go out, go anywhere." And I listen. Like I said, I haven't been too many places, so I couldn't tell you. But we don't leave because of it. We don't leave because of it. Some of my buddies have married some of the greatest valley women around. There's a reason they snatched them up, man. They knew the rest of their life was going to be unpredictable. It was going to be cuckoo because the girl they married is going to be hot, crazy, and fun. What the fuck? At my house, we call that Wednesday. All right, let's take a drink. All right, who's drinking with me? 1, 2, 3. Cheers, you filthy animals. Cheers. Adam Rivers makes another fantastic point, which is what I'm trying to get across. I'm saying I like dating a girl knowing there might be a protective order, and Adam's correct when he says it definitely spices things up when you don't know if you're going to get laid or killed. I think. Listen, I'll take it a step further. I think it spices up your life if you don't know if you're going to get killed while you're getting laid. Man, the crazier the better. Nobody wants vanilla, bruh. You understand? Listen, I spend all my time with women. Jesus, sounds like my wife. I love it, Rich. Cheers, Adam. Thank you. He, uh, I try to spend as much time with women as possible. And it's not always sexual. I'm not always trying to bang every broad I talk to. I'm really not. I like being around women. They make me better. Um, they obviously, and it doesn't matter shape, size, color, and the only thing that matters is age. I can't spend time with a woman who's like younger than 30 or 35 because I don't know what the fuck I would talk to them about. You understand? I don't know anything about fucking High School Musical and vaping. I don't know. These 25-year-old chick, nothing I want to talk to her about unless she's taking my fucking order. In which case, I love her because she's gonna bring me my chicken marsala at the restaurant. But other than that, I got nothing. You know what I mean? Um, every time I get lost in my thoughts because I'm reading the comments at the same time, and I'm just absolutely making another case for the lunatic lodge. But the Valley are special people, man. We all know somebody like this. Don't mention names because we're not here to hurt anybody's feelings tonight, unless they're a Richard. In which case, don't be a Richard, which means don't be a dick. So don't take that personal, Mr. Turner. It has nothing to do with you. It's just I used to say this a lot to people, and we all know one guy from the Valley who still thinks it's junior, senior year of high school, who still thinks, let's get a keg and let's go out in the woods and let's fucking, let's get in a bar fight. Yeah, what are we doing getting into bar fights in our 40s? What are we doing? We're better than this, Valley people. We still can't be getting in bar fights in our 40s. I say this, I'm going to start a new fucking thing. If you're a couple of 40-year-old dudes and you're in the Valley, and you're both from the Valley, and you decide you want to fight in a bar or a restaurant somewhere, take a deep breath, stop, buy each other a drink, remind yourselves you're from the Valley, and fucking grow up. And just tell each other that. Just say, it's over. We're not gonna do this. Don't be a Richard in the bar. You understand? Don't be a dick. We all know those guys. We all, my sister-in-law makes fun of me all the time because she says I'm stuck in the 80s with my music choices. And she's correct to a point. I love what I love. I love the music that I love. No one's ever going to change that. 70s rock, 80s rock, 90s rock, that's my thing. I'm never going to, I don't really listen to new music unless some of my favorite artists have new music. But these guys are literally stuck. They're fucking stuck in a rut, man. They're stuck in a place where they they still hear like, I don't know, like, if you're over the age of 40 to like 45 and you have a ponytail and you're not in a band, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. Okay? I feel like it's gotta go. Creeping me out, bro. And if you're still getting into bar fights, you gotta be kidding me. And women, you're not gonna get unscathed here. If you're in your 40s, 40 to 45, and you're still looking for a husband, that's good. But if you're still looking for a husband in a Valley dive bar on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, stop it. That's like going to the strip joint for the lunch crew. You don't go to a strip joint to watch the lunch crew take their clothes off. You know what that is? Do you know what that is? Also, if you're going to a strip club for lunch, it's a whole other problem. Don't touch the food. Don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, do you even know your body? I don't think a human body can handle syphilis and salmonella at the same time. I think that's a game over. I think that just changed. I think it just turns you off at the same time. Your life just. Gentlemen, we're better than this. Am I right? Goodness gracious. All right. We're at the 31-minute mark. we're going to get to the toast for Coach Kello at 50 minutes, 5-0. I'm going to take this time to remind everybody about my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, anything you guys can do to share, like, comment, and subscribe would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Tell your friends, tell your friends. And also, we're starting to raise money again I'm doing a local food bank now. We are going to do another charity soon, but we're still getting money out there to families who need it. Just today, based on the donations that I received, I sent a family today $100 in gift cards to, I think it was Stop and Shop, no, Big Y. I sent the family $100 in gift cards, and all it said is we hope you get back on your feet soon. Love the Fluffernutters. Who knows if they know who that's going to be from, but we don't care. We don't do these things to be recognized. We do these things because it's the right thing to do. So if you know any waitresses, bartenders, or any of those people that still may be out of work because they're only at half capacity and they may need a little help in the grocery area, let me know. We're going to help them out. Or anybody else. They don't have to be in that profession. They can be any goddamn profession they want to be. COVID-19 is taking everybody down. Right? The Valley. There's so many lost souls in the Valley. I like the guy who was Eminem, then he was the country boy, right? And then maybe they go back to Eminem. There's just some of these people can't. And it's funny because, like I said, if my sister-in-law was listening to this, she'd be saying, when the fuck did you evolve, Mr. Listens to Guns N' Roses every day? And she'd be right in that sense. In my musical taste, I haven't evolved. And I'm not claiming to be a fashion guru. I wear shorts and a t-shirt every day. That's it. That's all. That's all you get with me. If I got to wear a suit, right? We wear suits for 2 reasons, right? 3, weddings, funerals, and felonies. Weddings, funerals, and felonies. That's why we wear suits. I'm done with the felonies. I'm hoping to avoid the funerals. And honestly, I'm hoping to avoid weddings because 1, and 2, marriage is the leading cause of divorce. We can prove that with science. Well, maybe I should be going to weddings. I could be doing research for future lunatic loggings, right? The fucking Valley. There's bars, like I said, bars and pizza places are. How many pizza places? How are any of these businesses in play? How are they in business still? How are this many? Do moms age 30 to 50 now not know how to cook? Or it's because the state of Connecticut is so fucking expensive, right? The state of Connecticut taxes everything. At some point they're going to start taxing us on our shits, right? Because we got to flush it. It's going into the pipe. So they're going to put a meter on our toilet bowl, and we're going to have to pay like 34 cents a fucking steamy pile of shit we put on the toilet. But maybe moms and dads have to work too much. Maybe both mom and dad have to work 80 hours a week just to fucking make the mortgage and the car payment. And maybe Governor Lamont should realize he's breaking up the goddamn family setting because nobody can eat at the goddamn kitchen table anymore because everybody's got to pay for his goddamn plastic bag tax. Fucking potato brain that guy is. But we don't do politics on this. We don't do politics on this. But maybe that's the problem. Maybe there's 100 fucking Valley pizza restaurants because mom and dad's got to work too much. Or maybe mom and dad haven't grown up too much yet. Mom and dad are still in the bar every night. And now the kids are somewhat old enough to babysit themselves. Between being old enough and Xbox, mom and dad could go out and, send a pizza to the house. While mom and dad are out listening to fucking Jason Aldean over at the bar. Get their country music. Kids these days don't even know what the fuck country music is. That's a whole other fucking episode. You think Jason Aldean's country, then I'm Brad Pitt, motherfucker. Let me tell you something. If you think Jason Aldean is country music, then you think Bill Cosby was a good father. Yo, Cliff Huxtable's a dirty son of a bitch. I'm telling you right now. Maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck. We're better as a people, right? We can't be drinking in the bar every night. Listen, mom and dad, if you guys got kids and they're young or they're old enough to babysit themselves a little bit, and you get out there to have a glass of wine or two together, or take a motorcycle ride, or take a nice car ride, because you got to keep the romance alive, and you got to keep it fresh. Good for you. Good for you. But if you're closing down the bar 2, 3 nights a week, and you fucking sleep until 11 a.m. while the kids get up, pop a fucking Eggo and play Xbox, we got to rethink a couple of things, man. Now, listen, I'm not perfect, all right? Hey, yo. I never said I was perfect. Never said I was. Never said it, bro. Never said it, but, you see moms and dads fucking breaking their balls. Fuck you, Ned Lamont. Make it easier, man. Nobody should be getting anything for free, but everybody should be getting what they're worth for. That's for goddamn straight, motherfucker. And the guys, let's get back to the guys in the valley and shit. Guys, I'm gonna give you some fucking priceless advice right now. If you're at the bar, right, and you're drinking a fucking Bud Heavy, right, and you're ripping your vape, and you're talking, you all fucking mean, and you see the chick you like, but you don't have the fucking balls to go talk to her. Like you don't know how to talk to a girl, but you want to, but you want to impress her because you're a tough guy and you're ripping your vape and blah, blah, blah. And you go to the jukebox and you play Crazy Bitch so you can get her attention, and then you sing the words like you want her to know you're singing it to her. Yo, get in your car, go home, take a long fucking sleep, wake up tomorrow and reshuffle the deck. It's not happening. It's not happening. And if you think starting a fist fight or acting like a fucking knucklehead in the bar is going to get her attention, it won't. It won't. Some of these women are looking for baby daddies. They ain't looking to be taking baby to go talk to daddy through plexiglass. Come on, man. Don't no kid want to collect call on his birthday. Happy birthday when you accept the collect call from dad. Fuck out of here. And if you're still doing drugs, and if you're still drinking like a fish, you took the same DARE class I did. Drugs are bad, don't do them. If you're currently doing drugs right now, or in the process, if you're still, reach out for help. Get yourself sober. I got people, I know guys, I got family members that got themselves clean and did be successful. Snap out of it. We don't do that shit no more. We can set you up with the right people. We can get you help. It's time to grow up. It's time to see the fucking sunshine. Get that haze out from in front of your eyes. Look at the world properly. Stop waiting for the world to fucking grab you by the face. You got to grab the world by the face. Some of you were thinking, John, that's pretty funny coming from a guy who's sitting in a brown chair talking to a computer screen, drinking a Miller High Life, and then sitting there watching TV and making up excuses not to go hang out with his friends. That's a different conversation. We're not talking about me tonight, so I would kindly say don't be a Richard. But if we can get back to, I already drank this beer, guys. If it's cool with you guys, I'm going to go get another one in a second. Back to the Valley Girls. They are the country's hidden gem. I believe all things are possible with a Valley Girl. All things. Right? A fist fight is possible, a baby is possible, and a wonderful married life is possible. I've seen all of that happen. Matter of fact, I've seen all of that happen for the same people. I'll tell you what's in that bottle back there, John Dunleavy. That bottle back there is a bottle of Screwball peanut butter whiskey. And at the 50-minute mark, when I end tonight's show, we are going to have a toast, and I want to say a few kind words about Coach Bob Kello, who we lost last Sunday. I have a cool little story about Bob that means something to me, so I felt like I want to share that, and I felt like the only proper way to do that is to do a shot and then rip sip a beer after it, like we always used to do down at the club or the Norwoods or anywhere you would see Coach around town before he moved to Florida, or even when he came back up to Florida. We'll talk about that later. Um, Growing up in Valley bars, as we're talking about, um, Valley girls are the best to have in the bar. Let me tell you why. They're the best fucking bartenders ever. Um, my the very first three bartenders I ever had when I started to become of age, and then actually of age, but a little underage drinking went back down. I won't say last names, but Tracy, Sherry, and Kathy, to me, are legends in the Valley bartending game. And they're legends in my life. I respect them and care for them deeply. They're not only are they three of the coolest women you'll ever meet in your life, but they remind me of me getting my start in the bars and drinking and having a good time. And they were just the coolest bartenders. I thought they were the cat's ass. The way they handled the drunk guys, the big guys would be in there getting all drunk and acting a fool. Those three women would fucking put those dudes in their place so fast. Guys other men were afraid of. These three women would put those dudes in their place so fast it was ridiculous. But if you're in the bar drinking with these Valley women, right? You're trying to think back then, play whatever, we'd be dancing. You get to the David Allen Coe we'd always used to play, and you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. The girls would sing it, and we would dance it. We'd play the '80s rock, and we'd dance it. We played a little R&B, and we'd dance. Yo, but if a fight ever broke out, and you were only with your Valley girlfriends, it's ridiculous. That like, if you were just in the bar with Valley girls, and a fight broke out with people who weren't from the Valley, you didn't even need to call your boys. The Valley girls will fucking scrap, man. The Valley girls will tie their hair up, put their purse down, take off their denim jacket, and beat somebody's ass. And they beat somebody's ass. And they probably had like a Marb Light or like a Newport in their mouth the whole fucking time. Because that's another, every Valley girl smokes from age 16 to like 20. Some of them continue on, some of them stop. But every single fucking Valley girl smokes from the age 16 to age 20. It's like a rite of passage in the Valley. They all do it. Like I said, some of them have continued on with the smoking. Some of them stopped. I think at the time, I think every Valley mayor sent out a memo on your 20th birthday to the girls. They're like, hey, listen, you now have the option of stopping to smoke, or you can continue to smoke. If you continue to smoke, these are the hazards of smoking. If you're going to stop smoking, we thank you for your contribution, and it's time for you to move on. I'm pretty sure that's a real letter. If one of the girls would like to share with me on one of my shows, that'd be great. But seriously, every Valley girl smoked from 16 to 20. Not every girl inhaled that cigarette. Some girls didn't even fucking smoke it. They just fucking lit it and held it because that's what their friends were doing and that's what they thought the guys liked. But see, the guys, we had a. I'm gonna set you in now. I'm gonna give you a little inside scoop now that we're old enough. Okay. When the girls were smoking, the girls who actually inhaled and smoked, and blew out the smoke for real, we had a rule. We had a thing. If she smokes, she pokes. You understand? If she smokes, she pokes. That's how we knew. That's how we fucking knew. So you were kind of giving up your thing there. You didn't even know it, but we knew who the real OGs were. If she smokes, she pokes. Because listen, if she's willing to put the fucking nicotine inside of her, what else won't she put inside her? Am I right? Listen, if she's putting that shit inside, right? What else is she afraid to put inside her? You understand? Not to be all graphic and gross about it, but we knew, we had a fucking system. You didn't even know it. Now you know. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna grab another Miller High Life. You chicken fuckers stay right there. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna open it and we're gonna drink together. Hold on, stay right there. All right, there, guys. All right. If you're at home and you'd like to partake, we're going to count to 3, and then we're going to have a drink there, guy. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, ladies, I let out your secret tonight. We knew. We knew. Uh we know. Yeah, I hate the Campos. I don't know you. My brother does. You got to get that dude on the phone. He owes us both a Miller High Life. Tell him we want it paid Monday night after the A's game. What was I gonna say? Girls, we knew you gave it up. We knew your code. It's you'd have the Valley Girls. I'm gonna end this on the Valley Girls before we get to the 50-minute mark. We got to end this shenanigan here tonight. So I'm gonna make a couple of announcements, and then we're gonna do our toast. That is true. I just got a text message from a friend who says she inhaled and she punched a dude. And friend, I want you to know I know that, and I think I saw you do all of that on more than one occasion. On more than one fucking occasion. And there's a couple of you ladies out there. I saw you smoke and I saw you poke. Um, you know who you are, you filthy animals. Valley girls and those who have adopted the Valley properly, you're good mothers, you're good people. Most of you. Some of you are fucking scumbags. That's life. And I don't think I'm hurting anybody's feelings by saying that. Because the same goes for the men. Right? Most of us are good, hardworking, wonderful, loving people. And some of us are fucking scumbags. I'm not sharing a secret here. Our hope is that the scumbags get it. Our hope is that they understand and they turn it around and they come join our group and we'll lovingly take them. But until then, what am I going to do? I truly believe I never left home uh, because I love Valley Girls. I love Valley Girls. I spend all my time with women. I like to go to dinner all the time. I like to have dinner or go to dinner or whatever, and I like to go to with women. So if there's any single women out there, or even if you're married to a friend of mine or whatever the fuck, any woman, you want to have dinner, let's have dinner. If I can do it, if I can fit it into my schedule, I love having dinner. You make me funnier. When I start doing the podcast and the other show, I'm going to have women in the room because they make me funnier. They make me better. Listen, it's the 50-minute mark. I said we're going to be making a toast and say a few nice words about Coach Bob Kellam. Before we do that, I'm going to make my last few announcements. We're at the 50-minute mark. Anything you can do to help share, comment, and post with my YouTube channel and my Facebook, please get the word out. Help me. Tell people you know a fat, ugly dude who makes people laugh and you think they should watch. If that doesn't reel them in, I don't know what we're going to do. Okay? We're taking donations for the food bank or for anything else. If not, if you don't want to get it to me, just do it on your own. Please help the people who need it. A lot of people need our help today. Of these days, I should say. Okay, next Saturday night, I'm thinking about doing a remote or having guests. I can't confirm yet, but I think I'm going to do like an interview style next Saturday night, and it's going to be good times. A little cocktail hour, and I'll get a couple of local friends to sit in with me. We're going to talk about like the last few months, what they've been doing, blah, blah, blah. We're going to make fun of them. They're going to make fun of me. It's going to be a whole fucking thing. We're going to figure it out. Okay? That's it. Those are the that's the homework. Last Sunday, those of you who don't know, Coach Bob Kello passed away. I myself have a touching story about Coach. I always called him Coach, even though I played for him freshman year for like a half a season, and I quit because I got involved in the WW, which is whiskey and women, and I enjoyed that more. But I went to every football game. I went to all the baseball games. Um, so I always called him Coach no matter what, because that's who he was to everybody. I clearly don't know him or have as many experience with him as everybody else does, but I know that in my adult life, I've been out of high school for 25 years. Every time I saw the guy, it was hugs, kisses, drinks, laughing, and singing. Um, Coach, I don't know. I saw somebody share it on Facebook. When I go out and there's a karaoke going on, I like to sing Kid Rock. He's a friend of mine. He's not a friend of mine. I love Kid Rock's music for whatever that's worth. Somebody's going to hate me for it. I don't care. I've been to 12 Kid Rock shows. My next one will be the 13th. Coach Kello liked the song all summer long. So when I would see him, I would jam that song out, and he'd love it. He would sing, he would dance. He had the time of his life. At the nights there was karaoke. Way, way, way before that, way back in 1994. My father, unfortunately, unexpectedly passed away. And my brother Robert and I were still in high school. And we didn't go back to school for like a week or two. We weren't supposed to go back for like a week or two. Well, we decided that I couldn't stay home anymore because you could only see people cry and be upset for so long. So I figured I want to go to school and I want to see my friends. So my first day back after my father passing, it was like a week or 10 days. And I walked into the school, and the first person I saw was Spoonie. And I was never really tight with Spoonie. My brothers were, I think, and not that we didn't like each other, but I wasn't as close to him as others. Spoonie saw me, and Spoonie and Keller used to share that little front classroom. And Spoonie brought me in there, and he's like, "You sure you want to be here?" And blah 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 blah. Yeah, 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 yeah. So whatever. And I'll always thank Spoonie for that. And he's like, "Where are you going?" I said, I was late. I had to go to work. He brought me to Joe Perucci's room, and Spoonie and Joe Perucci were there. They were like physically, and they were like upset. They were upset for me and my family, and that was great. That was wonderful, and I'll never forget them for being as kind as they were. And then Kello, I was having a tough day. I was being back, and all the teachers and the students wanting to ask questions about what happened, or just to tell me they're sorry, and people are crying, and everyone's so upset for me, and it was great. But now I'm around more people who are crying, and I'm around more people who are upset. So eventually I start to cry. And the realization of what happened is hitting me again, and I'm upset, and I'm uncontrollably crying. Well, Kello gets me, brings me into his classroom. He pulls the little shade down, and he says, "You stay in," just like this. He goes, "You stay in this fucking classroom today, tomorrow, or for the rest of the goddamn school year if you need to, and you will pass every goddamn class." And he was gonna cry. He was so upset. He can't believe that a kid our age would ever have to go through this and blah blah blah. And he protected me. And he would ask me every day, "How you doing? How you doing, kid? Kid, you all right? Okay, kid." And I'll never forget that, Coach. I'll never forget that you were that kind. Even though I wasn't one of your players, but you treated me as if I was, and you always asked me if I was okay, and you always asked me if the family needed anything. So I'm always gonna remember that about you. And I'm very sorry that at the age of 60, you just retired. You were just living your good life down there in Florida, and you were having so much fun. And I don't think he knows, and he knows he was a legend. He had to know. Him and Spoonie both are absolute fucking legends, and they're men amongst men. And I'm sorry that the coach is gone, and I'm sorry that he left at such a young age. He had many more years to go, and I'll always be grateful for your friendship, and I'll always be grateful for your kindness at a time when a 60-year-old kid could really fucking use it. And you were cool with me, and you really let me know that while I was in that school or even out, if I needed somebody, you were there. And then later in life, always to buy a cocktail, always to share a laugh, always to tell me, go get, where's the women? Where's the women? I got the booze. You got the women? We would laugh and we would have a good time. And it was always a hug when we left each other. And it was always a hug when we saw each other. And I think some of our favorite times, Coach, was when we had a little bit of shot with us. I think mainly it was the vodkas or whatever anybody was buying for us, and a Miller. So I'm going to pour a shot. I don't know if anybody else is doing shots tonight, but I'm only going to do the one shot. And I'm going to toast to Mr. Bob Kello, who was kind to me at a time when I needed a human being to be kind to me. I will never forget that. My thoughts and my prayers are with the Kello family and everybody who fucking loved him, which is everyone. 30, 33 years, whatever it was, to be involved in that school and all those sports. He touched a lot of lives, and he did a lot of good. And some people might have saw him as rough around the edges, but he was all heart, and he always meant well, and he wanted everybody to do their best. So do yourselves a favor, wake up tomorrow, and try to do the best you can in your life, because that's what Coach Kello would want. So Coach Kello, rest in peace. We all love you, and everyone's going to miss you. Thanks again, Coach. Rest in peace. Rest well. Rest easy. The rest of us will take it from here. All of your players and all of your friends have been doing nothing but telling all the great and wonderful stories about you. I'm sure they're all going to continue to. I'm going to continue to tell my little story about you. And I'll always remember the laugh and the smile when I saw you in the bar. You were the man, and you were a good person. And thank you for that. And in ending with that, the world's a crazy, fucked up place right now, kids. No time for hate, nothing but love. Any love you want to see out in the world begins with you. It begins at your kitchen table. So start spreading it and start spreading it quickly and get it out there. Coach Kello spread a lot of good in 30 years. He made a lot of boys men, and he turned them into great players, and he turned them into better human beings. So God bless. Rest easy, Coach. And the rest of you enjoy the rest of your night. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Reach out to the ones who aren't reaching out. Those are the ones we got to worry about. Love you guys. Good night.